Doing this video again. A lot of you watched last time, which was great, but not a lot of you watched for long. It seems like you all realised I wasn't real civil engineer, so we're going to do it again this time, just a little bit better. Starting off, we had to ask ChatGPT what he wanted us to build, but there was one problem with his detailed plan. The pollution was blowing towards the residential, so we made sure he knew about that, and he came up with a new one, which included everything we needed. It even included a tarn, your guess is as good as mine, and even a state-of-the-art hayway. Now what is the hayway? I don't know, we asked him. Appears he didn't know either. And so we just gave up on ChatGPT. And now jumping into our lovely little map, we started off by demolishing every single thing here, all the railways, all the highways existing, so we could plan out ChatGPT's master plan. We started building the roads, we started changing all the connections. I think I might have been going a bit overkill, but we even made his roundabout exactly to plan. We started building bridges, then we placed road after road, until eventually we met back up into the city from the highway. Speaking of the highway, I asked ChatGPT how many lanes in the highway. This is what he said. Can't remember if I followed it or not, but I'm sure I did. This is what we've managed to cook up so far. Just roads, no housing yet, but it was looking on target for what we wanted. We're just going to speed up the clip now just to keep it moving. And while we're here, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe if you're enjoying the video so far. I know it's only a minute in, but make sure you like. It massively helps out the channel, I would appreciate it. But now we're getting onto our industrial zone. And I'm just getting on to making the connections from the highway, which is important because industrial zones have a lot of trucks moving through it. We need to get them on and we need to get them off. Same could be said for commercial zones. Commercials have deliveries, so do industrial. Offices and residential don't, so you don't have to worry about truck coming through. That is why it's best to keep those zones separate to your residential. Right now we're just going through and gridding out all the industrial area. It is best to have traffic flowing freely through here, so the fewer intersections, the fewer roundabouts, the better, just because you want them to get from point A to point B the fastest way possible. But obviously that is impossible to have no roundabouts or intersections, so sometimes you just got to make do with what you can. The more connections you have between places, the better sometimes. Just keep that in mind when you're doing in your industrial areas. ChatGPT did also outline that we should have office in between the industrial and the residential to act as a pollution barrier and a job hub. The residential clusters, he wanted a low density zone and a high density zone, so we'll be getting to them later. And he wanted all the services to be as close to the residential as possible. Obviously, because this is ChatGPT's build, we took a screenshot, we headed back over to the chat and we popped it in. We asked him, does this road layout work for you? And then he gave his feedback, and then he asked us if we wanted him to draft up how we should implement his improvements. And this is what he came up with. So the main thing here is the cargo train station. This will reduce the amount of trucks coming into the town a lot. So it's a very good suggestion by ChatGPT. And so that is what we did. We popped in a cargo train station. And then it was time to get back to the roads. This was definitely my least favourite part about this whole build. It took ages. We didn't finish the build this episode, so there will be a part 2 to this episode. It is starting to come together though. I do think I focused too much on trying to get perfect exactly what ChatGPT had said, which is the main problem. I got bored very fast of doing this. As you can see there, we've just popped in the low residential area, and then we're getting together the high residential area, just connected to the offices. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below on this whole idea, this whole video, what I could do better, whether you've enjoyed it or not, all that would help. And even though I hadn't fully built all the roads yet, in my mind it was ready to be zoned in, and I did not have the energy to hand place all the buildings. I think that would have been way too much. And so here we're just zoning in the offices, and then we're zoning in the industry. And then we actually did start to expand the industry a little bit. We started placing a few more roads, popping our median road up and then down in the layer hierarchy from the median road into the 2-lane roads. Again, trying to keep the intersections to a minimum, just so the traffic can flow a bit better. And over to our little residential area. This was the low density residential area. We're just popping the whole road layout in so we can zone it all. We're going from 2-lane roads to 2-lane roads and then into alleyways. And this has to be my favourite part in City Skylines, is zoning in the residential and watching everyone start to drive in. If you guys want to see in a part 2 me detail this city, putting trees in, putting parks in, putting all that in, where I put a bit more effort into the actual build rather than just doing what ChatGPT is telling me to, make sure you let me know, because I do feel like I've definitely rushed this a little bit. But at the end of the day, I am just doing what ChatGPT has told me to. I've done the road layout almost perfectly. The only thing that I haven't done is all the services and everything like that. It's not a fully functional city yet, but as you'll see at the end of this video, we've got all the residential in, all the offices, all the industry, everything's ready to go. I just haven't properly clicked play yet and let things run, put the services and the education, the healthcare, the cemeteries, all of that isn't in there yet. We won't get to see all the mess, the chaos from poor traffic management, from all the lorries coming in, from the freight train that I haven't connected. So that is going to bring us to the end of potentially part 1. If you guys want to see a part 2, don't forget to let me know down below if you want to see a part 2. I know it's going to annoy a lot of you that I haven't connected any water, sewage or electricity to my city yet. Thank you for watching, see you next time.